Hi guys! So we're going to talk about writing today and what I want you to do for your writing assignment. You've been doing an awesome job when we have our small groups. You are drawing like the illustrator. When we draw about that pig and we drew how the mama pig missed their babies. So we were illustrators. You're going to be an illustrator today. And then you're also going to be the author. Remember, the author is the one that writes the books. So you're going to be the author and illustrator today because you are going to tell me a story. So let me show you how I do this. When I want to write something, I have a blank page and I have to think about, what do I want to write about? You could write about anything. You can write about your family, maybe who's in there, you could write about your brother or sister. You could write about a pet that you have. You could write about what you did this summer or maybe a family vacation. There's so many things for you to write about. So first you have to pick something. So I'm going to write about, and I'm going to show you how I do this. I'm going to write about my dog I had. I had a dog named Wyatt. So I have a blank page and I want to draw Wyatt because he was my favorite pet. Now Wyatt, he was a German Shepherd. He was a big dog and he was black and brown. He was a beautiful dog. So I'm going to try my best to draw Wyatt. Now, like I said, he was a big dog, so I'm going to just start with his back, and then I'm going to put a long tail that he would use to hit things all the time with his tail. Oh, he hit us so many times with his tail when he was passing us and we were sitting on the floor. So I've got Wyatt here, and he kind of had a long nose. I'm going to kind of open his mouth there. And then he had, it doesn't look like a dog yet, but when I put his pointy ears, sometimes that really helps me look more like a Wyatt. Now, doesn't look like Wyatt yet, so I need to add some colors. Now Wyatt, oh, he was, like I told you, he was beautiful. He was black on the top, and then he was a little bit brown underneath. So mostly black on the top. Let me put his eyes on there. He had his big eyes. Oh, and he had hair everywhere. He shed everywhere. That means his hair would come out, and we'd have hair all over the floor. Oh, and he had a black nose. There, put that black nose on there. Okay, there's Wyatt. Okay, better put that brown on there and make him look more like Wyatt. Doesn't look like Wyatt yet. And I'm kind of hurrying with my coloring, but you might can take a little more time and do a little bit better job than I did here. Oh, Wyatt, he was such a silly dog. I think about Wyatt a lot. I think about all the things he did, and that makes me have lots of stories that I can tell you about Wyatt. Now, I always say he was a good dog, but he was so naughty. That's why I have so many stories. But his naughty stories make us laugh because he would get into all kinds of trouble all the time. But we sure loved him. Okay, so there's Wyatt. Now, one thing about Wyatt you should know is he could not fly. And right now he is flying on my piece of paper. I need to put him down on something. So when I think about Wyatt, I think about where he liked to be. He loved to be under a tree in our backyard. That was his favorite place. He had his water bowl there. So I'm going to put a tree, and I'm going to put Wyatt underneath that tree. Tree needs a trunk. But he's still floating, isn't he? So I better put some grass on the ground, huh? Here's some grass, because Wyatt liked to be in the grass. He liked to lay in the grass. He'd kill our grass laying in the grass. All right, there's Wyatt. He is on the grass. You know what? I think I could add more details. I think I'll put a sun. Okay. So I think about Wyatt and I think of him outside on the grass under the tree. Now, so I thought about what I wanted to draw. I drew my picture of Wyatt. Now I need to write. Now remember, you're not just illustrators drawing the pictures, you're also an author. So remember how we can put labels on things and tell you who this is? So who is this? It's Wyatt. So I'm going to put Wyatt next to my picture of Wyatt. What sound do you hear when I say Wyatt? W. Wyatt. And I hear that T at the end. You may not hear all the sounds in a name or in a word, but just stretch it out and put all the sounds you do hear. And it's okay if you misspell it because this is how you learn to spell. So I hope you hear everything because I forgot to put on my microphone. I don't know if you've heard everything I've said. All right, so we have Wyatt, and then he is in the grass. G. Oh, I hear grass. grass. I hear the beginning sound and that end sound really well, grass. And then I have the sun. I think I can hear all the sounds in sun. Let me stretch it out real good. Oh, that's that punch in the tummy. You, sun. N. Okay. Oh, and I have a tree here. I can label that tree. 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 I hear that tree. Okay. I've labeled my pictures. So once you're done thinking about what you want to write about, drawing your picture and writing words, you're going to do a video for me. And I want you to tell me what you drew. And I want you to tell me in a complete sentence. So if this was me and I was doing this assignment, I would say, this is Wyatt. He is my dog. Do you see how I put my sentences in there? And I'm saying them. I didn't write them. If you want to try to write them, that's fine. But we'll get to that later, okay? Because I want to teach you some things about sentence writing. But I want you to say about your picture. What did you draw? Okay? So that is your writing assignment, and I can't wait to see what you write about because I know it will be great. All right, see you.